Hello, hello, this is Heather, aka Planner Mumsy, coming to you today with a fountain pen update. Haven't really done any unboxings or hauls on fountain pens that I have purchased, but I thought I would kind of do a quick update video on some new ones that have come into my collection in the last 6 months, and what I think about them and would I purchase them again. Stay tuned. Hey y'all, so I just wanted to kind of do an update on some new fountain pens that have come into my collection, and I also am going to talk a little bit about my plan for this year as far as like planners and fountain pens and all that stuff goes. Let's just get started. We'll start from left to right. So these two pens here, these two are both the Leonardos. The blue and white one is the Momento Zero Nuvelo, and I did it in the gold accents. As you can see, there we go, gold accents, and the same with the nib. It's a gold nib. Pretty much all my nibs are always going to be broads because that's really my favorite. Every now and again I might get something different because I can't get a broad and it happens to be a limited edition, but for the most part all of my nibs will be broads. And then this was a collab that was done with Endless Pens, and it has come back into stock I think one other time because it did sell out quick. This was a pre-order that I got, and you can see if you look closely it has a lot of those like pink and purple gradients, and there's like shimmer inside the actual pen blank. So stunning, stunning, stunning. And this one is just a Leonardo Momento Zero, and it's called Fioritura Viola. So, and I know I botched that name, but that's the best I can do. You can actually see this on the Instagram for Endless Pens. You can scroll down and find this very specific one there. So that's those. Oh, those are the only two Leonardos that I purchased in the last 6 months. Currently don't really have. If I do another one, and I do really love Leonardo pens, if I do another one, I might do a custom, which will be on the expensive side. So yeah, we'll see. And then this is a somewhat new one. I probably had it for a couple of months. This is a limited edition. It actually came out in 2022. It is the standard Pilot Vanishing Point. And it was like Hana-Shobu, and it does have an 18 karat gold nib. There we go. But you can see like the gold accents. I did recently miss out on another limited edition, which I'm kind of bummed about, but it is what it is. Can't have them all. It was an absolutely gorgeous. It was called Latte, and it was just a very kind of neutral toned one, and it was kind of flat. It just was really pretty to me, and it had the gold hardware. They did also do it with black hardware, and it was absolutely stunning, but I missed out on it. It sold out before I got the chance to get any. Then the next one is a Pelikan. This is the classic M205 in the rose quartz, and it does have the matching Edison rose quartz from 2023 ink in it. This is one of those regret pens, I won't lie. I'll be completely honest about all of them if they're ones that I'm not like overly enthusiastic about, but I will say, let's be real, if you know fountain pens, you know that Pelikans in the 200 series are generally kind of cheap, and that's what I got. right? So you're kind of paying more money for a somewhat limited release and it coming with a specialty ink. Otherwise, I would not have purchased this one again. And I really, unless you're just starting out into that market of slightly more expensive fountain pens, I would suggest not to bother adding this to your collection because it's just super cheap and cheesy. But that's my opinion. I welcome yours. This next one is two of the same blank, and I have a reason for this. So originally I saw Maverick Pens makes this blank, and the blank is called, I gotta look on my notes here, Pastel Prism. Now, the cap of this pen is gorgeous. See, like all the color gradient, and it's pretty to like here. And then it's just kind of, this particular blank just had too much white in it. And so as pretty as the pen is, I was a bit disappointed with getting one that had so much white at the bottom. So I custom picked a blank that Harvey from WoodWondrof of North Carolina had, and got more of what I wanted as far as coloration goes. And then I picked a completely different body style for this one, but this one is perfect because it just has that splatter of color throughout all of it, which is what I was looking for. It is not Maverick Pen's fault. I sort of hastily ordered this one and I wasn't super specific on what I was looking for in my blank, and that's definitely something, you know, you really need to do when you're ordering a custom. And I failed to do that, which is absolutely no fault of Maverick Pen at all, because had I said you don't really want one that has lots of white in it, then I probably would not have been sent this particular pen. All right, next is one that I waited a really long time for. I don't know what happened. There was a miscommunication, and somehow, even though I'd put in an order and put in a deposit, somehow my order got lost with Tailored Pen. And so I waited since like March to get this, and I think it actually came in, I can't remember if it actually came in after the new year or just before the new year. So it was a long time that I waited for this pen, and it just was an error, which human error happens. I get it. I'm not sitting here carrying out on Tailored Pen, just, you know, mentioning my experience here. And so they make these pens with like dried flowers, and I'm assuming maybe they're pressed. It's hard to really tell in this medium, but basically you can see the dried flowers in kind of like a demonstrator like situation, and it's absolutely stunning and it's beautiful. I have not inked this one up yet, but I have numerous pens from Tailored Pens and they've always been, you know, really good. So I don't suspect that there'll be any issues. I just had a lot of pens inked and I really want to work my way through that because I'd kind of like to keep my inked up pens to about 10, and I've not been doing a very good job with that. So I will ink her up once I kind of get my other inked stash down, but just, you know, want to take a moment to absolutely appreciate that loveliness. Okay, then this one is my very first Edison pen, and this is in the red Abalone, and the style is a Colier style, and this one has the black oxide nib and clip, which, bear with me y'all, it's hard, there we go, to lift my arm to get my camera to focus, but you can see the black oxide for both the clip and the pen. This is a limited run that they did for the DC pen show this last, was that in August? I always forget when the DC pen show is, but and so you can kind of see on the side here, actually I have it the wrong way, they have engraving. It says Edison pen, Colier, need my glasses. It says Colier limited edition 2023 Washington DC 14 out of 15 pens. So this is pen number 14 out of 15. They were like super gracious because I was going to just have them custom make this one for me. And obviously it wouldn't have said, you know, been engraved on the side or anything like that. But they happened to have, I think, 3 left over from the show. And they contacted me and said, hey, we have 3. You want to pick which one you want and we can just send you one of those. And so, yeah, I really lucked out on that I was able to pick which one I wanted and get my hands on a show pen. So that was super exciting. And this thing, it writes incredibly. Then this one here is an Esterbrook Estie in the limited edition color Punch. And yeah, so it's just kind of like a pinky, purpley, you know, mauve kind of hue type pen. And it is not their bigger one, which I think I might have it inked. Yeah. This is their bigger one. So you can kind of see sizing difference. It's not huge, but it's a little bit fatter and it is a little bit longer. So this is their standard size Estie that they have. So that one is pretty. Then I got the blush pink brush pen from Ferris Wheel Press. The end of the year they had like so many clearance sales and it was like a buy one get one and it was just too good of a deal to pass up. So I got this one and somebody's putting ink on my hands. I don't know which one it was, but somebody did. So that is the brush pen and they do have a new brush pen coming out. So keep your eye out because they have a different style coming out soon. I think they currently have it listed on their website and it's like maybe 2 different colors. Not sure if I had shown this one in my prior 6-month pen haul, but this is a Kaweco Sport and this is with the metal barrel. It is a Gold Spot exclusive and it's kind of in that like lilac-y, purpley kind of color. I have one that's a slightly darker color with the metal barrel. I have my eye on one more in their artist collection, but haven't purchased that yet. Don't know if I will. We'll see what happens. But these are the pens that I purchased in the last 6 months during 2023. Have not purchased any yet for 2024. We're only on day 11. Give me a break, people. So here is my plan for 2024. I'm really trying to be much more intentional with my pens and with my collection now. Really wanting to add some new pens that I don't have. And so off the top of my head, those would be like, I don't own a platinum and I would like to have a platinum in my collection. I have my eye on one, but it's expensive. Let's see what else. I also, you know, I've looked at some of the bigger name classics like Mont Blanc. Ibo would be another one that I would like. Not really sure which one I would want yet, but that one is on my list. Definitely if another VP, either Decimo or regular size, happened to come out in like an you know, a color I just can't live without, then maybe one of those as well. But for the most part, I would also like an Aurora, which again, very expensive. So I have had Visconti before, and I'm not like a huge Visconti fan, so I probably won't bother purchasing one of those. But as far as the other ones go, those are definitely on my wish list for 2024. Will I get them? I don't know. We'll see. It just really depends on if they come out with something that I don't have in my collection that I feel like I absolutely need to have. Other than that, I am pretty happy with my current fountain pen collection where it is at. I have a lot and I'm not in need of anything, so I do want to be very intentional with what I purchase so that I'm not just, it's not just like a FOMO or a need all the things and all the colors kind of deal. I don't want to do that. When it comes to my fountain pen collection, I really want it to be very well thought out and diverse, and that's kind of my ultimate goal for 2024. So what pens did you guys get in 2023, and what's on your wish list for 2024? Always curious to just kind of see like where other fountain pen aficionados are going with their collection. My collection is still very young and I'm still very new to the fountain pen community, but I'm learning as I go. I'm learning. Definitely not an expert by any means, but I love using them, and I just, you know, I like to call myself a enjoyment collector, which means that I enjoy using them and I like to collect things that I do enjoy as well, versus, you know, going with what's popular or with what everybody else says that I need. I like sticking to the ones that I know I'm attracted to looking at and using. So anyway, if you guys have any questions, feel free to comment down below, like and subscribe, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye!